Welcome back, everybody. Today, I want to go over Oshinoko Booster Box and Trial Deck because a lot of people have been pumped up for it. You can see that on opening day prices and opening day sales. Now, before I begin, I've been doing a series where I take a look back at the older sets, taking a look at the pricings and what happened with that. If you are interested in those videos, those are now becoming channel member only videos. Not because I'm trying to pay all of you. Realistically, if you take a look at the numbers here, some people liked watching those videos and a decent amount didn't like watching it, and that's okay. It's going to be one of those ones where I actually like doing it, and there is a purpose for me doing it. So if you want to see those videos, that's where they're going to be at this point. Again, thank you to my lovely channel members for supporting me out there. Now, Oshinoko Booster Box Trial Deck, these were very popular. Inside of here, there was 6 SSPs, 6 SPs, 12 OFRs, 76 super rares, 10 double rares. If they would have just made that 15 double rares, I don't think many people would have noticed. The trial deck, though, there were 14 triple rares, 3 OFRs, 2 SPs of Aqua and Ruby. Now, how did I know this is going to be very popular? This is one of those ones where I really didn't have to do a buy or invest, kind of like some other sets that are coming out there, like Azure Lane, like Nikkei. You don't really need to do a buy or invest for that. Really, it's coming down to how much do you want to buy in investment side purposes. There you go. Now, if you take a look here on the videos, one of the easiest parts about my job is when I do a video, I can actually see how many people viewed it. And when it comes to Oshinoko on the JP side, when it came to seeing all the cards, if you haven't seen all the cards, you just check out this video and it is on there. Oh, look at that. Look at that flash before your eyes over here. 1.1 thousand viewers on my anime list. If you need a little bit more of the reason why, you can see Oshinoko's season 1 scored 8.62 with 868,000 members. Oshinoko's season 2, 8.58 with 339,000 members. So that always happens with anime where they drop off. If you needed one more piece of information, well, here you go. Here's Yuyute. You can just take a look at the prices of the SSPs. I laugh because I just take a look at the one all the way right to the end, and it's a 79.80. But outside of that, all the other ones are pretty expensive, and you have your SPs and your OFRs and your triple rares and yada yada yada. Some of these are pretty expensive, especially the SRs. If you haven't seen the English release versions, now booster box, trial deck, cases, all that good stuff. You can see right here. Trial deck display 121.59. Trial deck about $20 seems about right. You click into the booster box, you're gonna see $54.92. This seems about right. I like this about TCG Player. I complained a lot about like the changes they made to it, but this one is pretty nice. This whole little counting doohickey here for me. We got. I zoomed out and it kind of just disappeared. But we have a 3-month snapshot that is trying to load. We have a current quantity of 108, current sellers 13 of them, and then we have a whole lot of sales. You can see today there was 5 sales, but the day before there was a decent amount. Look, this is all 929. So this set pretty popular. And when it comes to Weiss Schwarz, I know this isn't like Pokemon where you have a ton of sales and all that good stuff, but what we got here, this is a pretty impressive set when it comes to Weiss Schwarz, right? Right. And when you take a look at this list, is this really a lot of people that are left? Knowing how big this set was, 13 listings, just scrolling down here, 11, 5, 2, 8, 7, 16. That's the quantity that they have from the sellers. Now, on the SSP side, this is pretty impressive. You got that. I know so many people were excited for this. We got to see early openings of all of these different booster boxes and trial decks. So it was really cool to see. And when people pulled that eye, it was amazing because you can see right here the amazing part about this. If you click into it, this listing that's showing here on TCG Player, it's not even the English version. It is the Japanese PSA 10 version. There you go. Look at that one. Isn't that pretty? Yeah, pretty. Outside of the fact that we're the grading people out there, it's a PSA. It's not a BGS. Anyways, just clicking in here, you can see what's going on. This card, if I zoom in too much, it just does that. Anyways, 918 sale for $600.69. September 23rd, 900. September 25th, 999.99. I do like the nines. It's very aesthetically pleasing. I know that's a whole marketing thing, but that's pretty cool. So there you go. This card $1,000. Not even available here for sale anymore on TCG Player. Though, as always, what I say, if you want to buy cards, TCG Player may not be the first place that you go to. There are many other places where you can buy these cards for lower pricing, okay? Yes, make sure to do that. But if you are going to use TCG Player, do use my link that's down there in the bottom, because then I could use that for giveaways, which I'm saving up for a massive big one. If you're wondering, I did not forget. Now, if you take a look at the other SSPs, pretty expensive. We got some sales, 525, 400 for the market price anyways. Aqua 150, and then we got Kana MEM-Cho over here. No sales at this point, but like I said, if you go into other places like that Kana right there, there's been sales about 400, 475, even though it's not reflected on TCG Player. Plenty of other places that are selling this card, okay? SPs. Now, let's go with the trial deck one. So we got your Rumi off to the left, and then your Aqua here. These are your two trial deck versions. Obviously, you want the Rumi. Aqua, maybe not so much. If you're just pulling like one random TD or you didn't get an entire case, this is the one you want. 325. Maybe you like Aqua. I can't really say that. I'm sorry out there for the people that love Aqua. I take it back. Maybe you did want to pull Aqua. You didn't want to pay $150. You pulled them from a $20 trial deck. I think that's amazing. But now this is what I'm going to show you right here. Over here on the right, we got some Kana, we got some and the prices seem okay. They seem to line up with Yurie, but I just want to show you one thing. Why I said this is a very popular release is because if I show you this, and this is going to be some sales. Dang, this zooming in thing. All right. 918 sale for $250 on 920, 199.99 on 923, 150, 154, 153, 145, 138, 154. You get it? People are paying a great deal of this when it first came out. I almost thought that people were just going nuts. There was this FOMO, euphoria. I need to have this card. Maybe I want to play in a tournament with it like right now. So people are just buying it up. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. I'm not going to say there's anything wrong with it. I think it's cool that you're willing to pay the extra bucks to get it. Maybe you got it like that. Maybe you could hook me up with that. Just kidding. Just kidding. You don't have to do that. But anyways, you get the idea here. There is a lot of excitement around this release, and that's how you could tell. That's one of the ways. Another way is, you take a look at this Beyond That Gaze OFR. You just take a look at that, and over here, the first sale on September 18th, $60. I saw that. I'm like, good Lord. You might want to, give it a day or two for the price to come down, because as you can see, the price did come down 46, 35, 45, 44, 39, 35. I know that doesn't show shipping, so let's just generously add $5 to that. But even then, it is not equal to $60. So I know people are really excited, and maybe we'll just wanted to get it right away. But I think there's a part of me that says, knowing that this set was going to be one of the big ones, one of the more popular ones, maybe you give it just a little time there. Maybe a couple hours, maybe a day. It'll come down, I swear. I did not look at this one yet. Look at this one. Look at all the words on this one. Holy crap. That is a huge amount of flavor text covering her head. Part of her head, anyways. Yeah, that's a lot. I know we go through this whole talk about text and where they put it on the page, or not page, the card, but how English has more words than the JP version. And then we got to see new cards coming up, triple rare pluses that basically make the, I guess, wording almost invisible. What do you do with this one right here? Triple rare plus this. I know this is an OFR, maybe OFR plus one day, but you have all that flavor text on there. That's a lot. That's quite a bit of text. Anyways, moving on. So OFRs, like I said, there were some in the trial deck, some in the booster box, all pretty expensive. I wouldn't say all. Actually, I take that back. Sorry. Just rewind or delete the last 10 seconds. But what we got here? What we got? 65, 43, 40, 40, 24. This set, if you don't get what I'm getting at, it was pretty amazing for what we have. Like, if you take a look back at some of the sets within the past year, this is one of those ones that is a clear standout. One of the ones that, maybe you should have some, because we already know Oshinoko 2 is coming out, which then should say that Oshinoko 2 is coming out to English at some point in the future. I know we play this whole game of will it come out to English? Will it only be for JP? Will it have signatures? Well, Oshinoko 1 right here has signatures. Oshinoko 1 did really well in English. Oshinoko 1 is going to be one of those ones that people are going to look for. So Oshinoko 2, of course, is coming to JP. I mean, English. Well, it is coming to JP, but it is going to be coming out to English at some point in the near future. Near future as like, let's say, I don't know, year and a half by English standards. I guess that's near. Um, SRs. Look at these SRs. It is crazy. $38, 33, 7, 10, 6, 10, 6, 8. I mean, and you really think about this, these girls aren't even half naked. And what I mean by that is you take a look at some other sets where I know people go waifu this, waifu that, and half naked and lewd and all this stuff. These girls aren't. They're not. I mean, you have a lady dying over here off to the right for $7. That's not funny whatsoever. It was a very touching moment. It was what I put that in my Union Arena and Weiss Schwarz anime battle. I mean, man, devastating. It was very sad to see that. But at the same time, you could see what I'm saying right here. Look at this one, $23.99. Very expensive cards all around. $23.99. What is happening? Does people just buy it all up? Yup. Yup, that's what happened. 55558 $24.99. Dang, you really wanted that card. Yeah, really wanted that card. And I salute you for that. You know, way to pay the tax. Now we have the triple rare right here. These are going to be from your trial decks. What does this tell you when you see triple rares for 354, 3. There's a lot of trial decks open. Maybe not a lot of people that collect it. But I would say it was just more that there was a bunch that were open. And you can just see it right here. There were some sales of them 5.5, 3.75, 4.25, or maybe people don't want them. Who really knows, right? That's kind of crazy, actually. For how many that would have been opened when you think about these triple rares, there's not a whole lot of them. Not a whole lot. And why that's kind of important is if you ever take a look at triple rares, SRs, and the amount of them out there, and maybe they have really nice art, maybe they do something really good, and then look at them what the price is a year from now, depending on which one and the usefulness of the card. I get it. Okay, now the double rares. This one, I was like, the prices on these double rares don't make a whole lot of sense to me. And what I'm showing you here is this. Look at this graph. It got up here to $10. Let me just scroll down here for you. There was sales for $10, $11, $12, $13, and I'm like, 14, $13.94. Look at that. I'm like, that's crazy for this set that's this popular that there's gonna be a bunch of people opening it. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And it doesn't. You can see it's about, let's say, roughly $7 if you add in the shipping. Obviously, if you buy more than one card, the shipping goes down, but you have about $7. Kana over here, same thing actually, about $7. You can see how many were actually sold. There was quite a lot of them. Total sold 177 cards. So people gonna be playing this one. It was decently high, but it is coming down. And when it comes to buying these double rare cards, if you have not noticed over time, there's gonna be a point where these dip down. They're gonna be there for a while, and then magically one day they start disappearing, and then people are like, "Oh my god, the cards are so expensive. What happened to them?" So don't let that happen to you, especially knowing that Oshinoko 2 was already announced in JP. Okay, and I guess you pick up any cards that may be somewhat useful to you. The rest of the cards make sense given how much was open. You see your rares here. You see your uncommons. Those dudes make me laugh a lot. And we got our commons, climaxes, nothing really to see here, but you have this PR card. Yes, this PR card that's sitting here currently at $11. You can see that there is a whole lot of sales in the $1. If you're wondering where you get this PR card, it's going to be right here. I actually was looking for the PR card. Let me go back here. I want to show you all the PR cards because I did not have it up. Here you go. Here's the PR cards. Pretty solid. I mean, you have your foil version, your tournament store assist packs. You have your regular booster box ones, and then you have this one, which of course is from this your September 2024 shop tournaments. Yep. Yep, that's where you get it. But then you think about how many were sold and how did a certain seller have this many? Yes, I say this a lot, and nothing ever really happens to it. So I'm just gonna move on here. Here's your trial decks. There you go. This is one of those good sets. I can't say that enough. I didn't really have to say it because every sign pointed to that. If you didn't know that this was going to happen this way, I'm not really sure what you've been watching for a long time. I would say any viewer of mine, if you're out there and you've watched these buyer invest videos, I know this is not a buyer invest videos, but these recap videos, I hope you would have known that Oshinoko was going to be a very good set. If you didn't, then apparently I didn't do my job in teaching people that you were supposed to how to identify it. But hopefully you got it if you wanted to get in on this set because it's definitely going to be a nice one. One day if they reprint it, let's see. Well, do you think if one day they reprint it, they're going to use silver signatures? When it came to Azure Lane, you take a look at these signatures and they did not change the high end. I think it was it SEC or Azure Lane? Azure Lane. Real quick, let me just see. Azure Lane. Click that. Rarity. It was an SEC, right? When they reprinted it, there was no change to SEC. Then I look at this SSP and I'm like, if they ever reprint, will that be in silver? Or are they going to leave it that way? Because those are the big ones, right? You know, the SPs, nice and all that, they can change them to silver. They could easily do that because they've done that. Actually, I almost feel like, and this is me just throwing it out here as conjecture at this point, I almost feel like this is like Attack on Titan 2, and the colors won't change. That just be guessing though. Obviously, I could be completely wrong, right? They didn't do anything with Azure Lane. I got AOT2. I'm going that direction. That'd be kind of crazy if they reprinted it because, well, reprint with no color change because some people would expect it by then. But for me, looking at this, I'm gonna go with no. They're not gonna do that, but we'll see in due time. In due time, my friends. Now, lastly, I just want to show you. If you didn't see the video where I showed you all the cards, I mean, this is the video right here. It's all the beautiful Oshinoko cards revealed. This is one of the when I make these videos, I just put them in order. I put the music on, and then I'm like, when I go back and look at the video, I'm like, man, this is kind of funny. Like, sometimes the music lines up, like, right there. But I love these videos right here. It's just kind of neat to see. Oh, yeah, look at that. Look at that. Look at them just flashing. And almost, if I had a flip book, I could just put this in a flip book. It would make me laugh. I don't know why. But that was everything I wanted to show. If you want to see the cards, they look really nice. And why I did this back to back, if you wondered why I do these videos, it's because I want to see of the millions of SRs. So going back here, you have 76 super rares, and you know like all these massive amounts of parallel. I want to see like what art they actually give it. Is it the same art or different art? I love when I literally can see differences in it, but it sucks when I'm making these slides, this presentation here for you, and it's all the same card over and over again. So I'll even take this. Look, she just slightly moved. I'll take the slightly moved. I'll take anything, but please give me something different. And they did. Oh, this one, I got more head over here. Yeah, like you can see that you get a little bit more because what is this? This is zoomed out. The card on the right is zoomed out. Interesting, right? Amazing. Amazing. I love those games. If you haven't played those games where it's like find the 5 differences, there's not 5 differences in this. I mean, here's one right there. You got it's all in the eyeballs. Anyways, that's it. That's it, everyone. Again, as always, have fun, be happy, don't spend anything outside your budget. Have a good one.